I guess we have time for a Hell Rush. Let's see if we can do something fun here. Offering token, Mollusk Mage and Immortal Trade. We are Stygian Umbra and our opponent is gonna be Seraph. If Penumbra had multi-strike, yeah, definitely. Then we would have had more than enough damage easily. We have a bunch of Stygian units available. We have Double Explosion Daedalus. We have Armor Fell. Wouldn't work well with Lifesteal, but it would still provide additional damage against the boss and especially against these other guys. I don't think Lifesteal is that good in what we currently have. Even though we do have 2 Immortal traits. And I think I want to go with the cheaper damage spells because we have the chance to pick up a bunch of early Stygian units. Spikes, that's gonna be painful. Spikes early with this champion is always pretty painful. Let's throw a Frozen Lance. Yeah. We want to keep Tethys around. I guess we can't really kill this guy. We might be able to. No, well, we won't. We won't be killing the boss on the bottom floor most likely, so... Uh, 5 health, is that gonna be enough to make that work? The Train Steward won't survive anyway, so... Yeah, the 5 health is actually enough to make this work. Great. Life-stealing Tethys for the win. Crypt Builder, Energy Siphon, Flash Freeze. I definitely like that Flash Freeze. But I also like the Crypt Builder and we do have 2 offering tokens, so we'll take it. Are we gonna do a weird Ember Drain Stygian deck? Not necessarily, but the Perils of Production might be useful anyways. Let's go to the right and pick up the Stygian unit and hope it's at least it's one of the incant units. And double upgrade it. Let's look at the shop first because that might matter. We do have Endless and Incant Armor. Nameless Siren, definitely happy with that. Let's also give her some additional health. And let's reroll and fight multi-strike. Large stone? No. I don't want the stats more than I want the incant gain armor. Yeah, definitely. And also let's remove one of the Shade Splitters, because I'm very unlikely to go into any kind of morsel build this game. Mark of Invasion? Okay. It's gonna be a bit painful, but not that much with the Winged Indulgence. We could set up on the top floor. Saves us 6 damage. I don't think 6 damage is worth setting up on the top floor. I'd rather make sure we have the power to kill this guy. We could play these two on the top floor. No, the train sword dies anyways. Let's use the train sword for some extra damage. Still saving 2 health might be worth it. That's also extra damage. A little bit of extra damage at least. Mollusk Mage into Offering Token. It's pretty good. We do kill the frontliner here. Let's add some rage, some lifesteal, some morsels, some everything. And let's keep on casting as many spells as possible. Well, we've already won anyways, but... Titan's Tooth, Crypt Builder. I prefer Titan's Tooth. Mind Collapse, Space Prism, Making of a Morsel. Space Prism is great. I love Space Prism in Incant decks. We do have a slight lead by now. We do not have the best pyre health, but I don't think that matters that much. Let's look at the relic first. Let's actually look at the caverns first. Nope, relic first. I think it's pretty easy to tell which relic does and does not belong in this deck. And it might have an influence on our choice for the caverns. Yeah, easy token of a traitor. That's actually a very good relic. Ember deposits. Yeah. Very much, yeah. That's 3 incant triggers for us and helps coping with Ember Drain as well. Another Nameless Siren. I wouldn't mind an aggressive Nameless Siren in the back, on top of our defensive Nameless Siren in the front. Something like that. The explosives trigger twice, which is a bit of a bother. Not too much of a problem. Oh, that's a nice setup turn. Actually, let's discard the perils. We don't need it this turn. And this Siren belongs in the back. Should have pretty good scaling now. Finally we hit the right one with the token. Oh, no bombs on the bottom floor. I'm pleasantly surprised. Mollusk Mage can go on the top floor, I guess. Yeah, let's start the lifesteal. We do want this front Siren to be pretty healthy after all. Oh, a Titan's Tooth, very nice. Let's protect the Mollusk Mage here. We do have a Crypt Builder in the deck as well as a Titan's Tooth. Let's fish for it. Didn't get it. Too bad. We'll take 1 damage, that's fine. And our Sirens win this fight With ease. We took 1 damage, but we're still at the top for now. Blazing Bolts, Effigy, Ice and Pyre. I could see Blazing Bolts being pretty good. Yeah, let's go with Blazing Bolts for now. I don't think we want more big units. I'm more looking for totems to round out the build now. And I think we want draw. We need to draw into our spells after all. Unit upgrades, yes, I would like some. Spell upgrades wouldn't be terrible either. Removals would be good. Umbra unit, not so much. Hmm. What other upgrades are available next? There's a Merchant of Trinket versus Hurtle Sword. We could go either way here. No unit upgrades until after Fell, and the right side is very juicy there. I think we should take our unit upgrades now. I would like multi-strike on at least one of my sirens. Quick, not quite. I will take a strength stone though, that's pretty decent. And there we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's also give the Mollusk Mage some extra health. It might just matter. Even this upgrade might matter. And then let's purge Train Steward. Because they aren't spells, they don't trigger incant and these things. I think I want at least a second stack of Conduit. Now that we have a Blazing Bolts in the deck, it also allows us to more easily take other expensive damage spells. Non-boss enemy units gain +6 attack, that should be totally fine for our deck. It's a little bit of a problem if we draw the wrong Nameless Siren early. Let's dig here. Okay, that helps. I think Tethys goes in front of... We could have the Mollusk Mage, but then we can't set up the other Siren unless we draw... Yeah, I think that's fine. Unless we draw the... capacity increase card, Space Prism. That's already enough, but we can't really deal with that guy. We should kill the Collector though. I would like to wait a turn with that. But the other one's already gone past. It should be fine, we have a relatively small deck. That's a pretty not great draw. Yeah, we took some damage here, but now we should be pretty well set. Let's deal 30 to the front and then another 60 to the front, which kills the front unit. Okay, we are growing more powerful now at a decent rate. Let's use the offering token. Damage shield doesn't really matter, but it's still better than the rubble. Let's hope we draw another lifesteal here. We don't even need it, but we can upgrade the Blazing Bolts. Okay, I'm feeling pretty confident about this deck. A Guardian Stone is almost something we need. I mean, it's decent, but it seems a bit unnecessary. There's a few reasons it could be okay. No, I don't want it. Excavation Eruption. Sure. It's a damage spell, it gets cost reduced. It helps with Ember Drain if we can cast it, and we can find a way to cast it pretty easily, I would say. I think... Well, here I get a free relic, here I have to pay for the relic, but I get free removals. I think paying for the relic and getting free removals is actually more value overall. And I get to see more relics. These cards don't appeal to me that much. Sigilled Seaweed. No, we're not up against Scorch bosses. Check strips, infused mallet, lightstone casing. I'm not so sure about these. Let's look at the caverns. Let's pay some health for a relic. That's actually pretty good. We do have a bunch of decent damage spells, and that might help us deal with early tanky units or something like that. Shade Splitters I don't like as much anymore. Probably even worse than the Stewards by now. Infused Mallet. Infused Mallet is still pretty valuable. Because we don't have that many ways of dealing with backliners, that will help us from time to time. Heaven Seal should be okay with this deck. We do have a lot of damage spells, and our Sirens are gonna grow big after a while. This is the multi-strike one, it's the health one, and then Tethys in the middle. And we get the kill here. Let's distribute the Train Steward to cover for possible collectors on both floors. Easy Crypt Builder. Lifesteal goes on you, Rage goes on you, and the Mollusk Mage. Yeah, let's play it out. Could wait for the Space Prison to play it on this floor, but seems a bit unnecessary. Let's go for the Blazing Bolt first, Offering Token, the Titan's Tooth, Excavation Eruption. Or basically just play everything. Titan's Tooth, very nice. More Lifesteal, more Rage. Yeah, now this is going very well. And we already have the win here. Easy win. These Rage Sirens do grow decently quickly. We probably don't need that, but it will be helpful sometimes. Guardian's Amulet. I don't think we need Sap all that much, but it might sometimes be useful. It's often gonna be hard to play unless we draw it with Offering Token. Guardian Stone on the other hand. I did turn one down before. And I think I still turn it down this time around. I am gonna take the Guardian's Amulet though. Just nice insurance. Engine upgrade doesn't really work very well. We can trigger Incant with it, at least not in a great way. Feast is not relevant, Cannibalize doesn't have great targets to sacrifice, nor do we have much space for morsels. I think we should start looking out for spell upgrades now. The removals are still pretty enticing, but we do have a few spells that want upgrades, and we have got none so far. Let's look at the concealed caverns first. Sure. Let's get a train sword out of here. I do like a free removal. It's not the best caverns, but it's almost always useful. Holdover. If we really want to be on the safe side, we hold over Immortal Trade. And I think we do want to be on the safe side. Magic Power and Consume, sure that can go on the lands. Ember Stone can go on the Eruption, I think. And let's reroll. Maybe we can find double stack. Consume removal on an excavated Ember isn't bad. But we should cost reduce it as well. Otherwise it might be an issue with Ember Drain. Are there 3 people are alive? Okay. This is the tanky Siren. Kill these guys, triggering Kant once more. And let's get this Transyard out of the deck by playing him. This looks nice. This guy is a bit of an issue. Maybe we snipe him with the Blazing Bolts. No, we miss him entirely. Let's just zap him then. We do gain 6 damage per spell cast. It's not quite enough to keep up, but we should find some auto scaling as well. We didn't. Yeah, this guy is gonna be the main thing we get. We have to make sure we can deal with. Let's just... Oh. I did play one too many spells here, huh? Let's use the offering token. I guess this guy will get past. Ouch. Pretty bad hand. At least we should be able to kill this guy with Titan's Tooth. Frostbite will deal with him. Good thing Fell didn't armor that top floor guy. And an easy win right here and now. This Knick-Knack guy managed to surpass us, which has me a bit worried. Gifts for a gold, is that something I'm interested in this deck? Not that much actually. Not really. Do we want capacity? Or more draw? I think we want more draw, still. Whew. Let's go to the right here. We don't need more unit upgrades. Do we get spell weakness? We do not get spell weakness. I guess we take the -3 cost then and optimize our spells for damage. This hits 4 times, this hits 4 times as well. I don't want the permafrost right now. Let's remove the final 2 train stewards. And go ahead. Mark of Invasion. If we manage to not take damage to this, we could be in a decent spot. Wow. Oh, that's a nice... yeah. Pretty easy not taking damage that way. Let's start with the excavated Umbra. Still have to find a good way. I might not want to play too many of these. Maybe that was already too much. It wasn't. We can use the crypt builder here. Definitely play the excavated amber on the bottom floor. We also need the perils. So we can blazing bolt on the top floor. And now we just need damage scaling to take out this guy. We're almost there. A single spell will do. We don't have the Emperor for a spell though, so it's probably Titan's Tooth. Has to be Titan's Tooth. And now we should be strong enough to have no more problems from here on out. Already have the kill, so no need to do too much here. We're 5 points behind Knick-Knack. Ice Storm, I guess. Do we go to the spell upgrades? We get removals there, which are not that important anymore. We can still remove these frozen lances, which is a nice thing. Definitely a nice thing. Let's skip. I don't want the Ice Storm. I don't want any of these. I do want faster scaling. If we get another consume removal, we could do something pretty powerful with the excavated embers. But we We do also have the chance to win through gold. It's probably one of the more likely ways we are gonna win. Unless we manage to find some sort of an infinite or almost infinite with the excavated embers, which is possible. And it's a pretty quick infinite because all we have to do is spam these embers as fast as we can. But we need another consume removal for that to work. It's not here. Nothing really here I would like. Nope. Not interested. Let's reroll for consume removal. Okay, I think that's worth trying. Then we purchase as many cards as we can. Basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a few too many cards still. For a real infinite. Oh, we can get pretty close. Maybe close enough probably close enough for a flying kill. And I think the Crypt Builder is to go. Gifts for a guard would have helped a lot. Not just maybe. Would have helped. No questions asked. Let's set up here right away. We're not gonna do anything too crazy on the first turn, but we can still build a lot of incant. I do want you out of the deck. We are aiming at the kill next turn. We probably won't get it though, because we still have too many cards in the deck. But we can get a lot of incant now. Like a whole lot of incant. Now if we had some sort of X cost, that would be helpful. Yeah, definitely not gonna be a kill because we weren't able to remove enough cards. Would have needed 2 more removals and we would have been good. But we can get we can still do a lot here. I should have removed the Perils of Production over the Crypt Builder because we'll be able to play the Crypt Builder a lot of times. Anything spell weakness related would also have been very helpful. We don't need Ember anyway, so it's time to set up that that was a mistake. Yeah, we're just not quite growing quickly enough. Even though we are playing dozens of spells a turn, it's just not quite enough. Double incant might have made it possible though. I should be throwing this big spell out on Seraph more often. This might still work out. I wanna draw back into my big damage spells. It's not even close. I had some hope, but we're not even gonna get the bottom floor kill, it looks like. Unless we somehow manage to play these cards upon. Nope, not quite enough. Was a valiant effort, but it didn't work out as we wanted it to. We did have enough time though to pull it all off. A 3-turn boss rush wouldn't have been enough. But if I had saved my gold instead of going for it and just gone for the 3-turn, then it would have been enough. But just 2 more removals and we could have had the 2nd turn kill, or maybe the 3rd turn. The 3rd turn kill almost guaranteed. But yeah, that was a very close fight and it came down to taking a little bit of damage on one fight or not keeping our gold. Well, keeping our gold would have given us the win if we went for the bottom floor kill. But instead I wanted to be fancy with the combo plays. We were close. 2 more removals. Well, fun deck.